Welcome back to The Express. Today we're getting a preview of the Kids Help Phone Homes for the Holiday Tour. This is one of the West Side homes, one of 5 that will be all decorated up this weekend for the tour. Pretty amazing, huh? And stunning. But if you think this is gorgeous, wait till you see the story coming up next. It's a West Vancouver penthouse that overlooks the Lions Gate Bridge. This is Dream Homes.
From the trendy seaside boutiques and restaurants to the stunning views high atop the North Shore Mountains, it's safe to say residents here are living the high life, especially when your average home sells for more than $2 million. I'm talking about the city of West Vancouver, and in this segment, we're heading to its most popular neighborhood, Ambleside.
Hey Brock, nice to see you.
Tim, you too. How are you today?
I'm very well.
Good.
So, what do you have for us this week?
Tim, I've got Western Canada's premier waterfront penthouse. You won't believe it when you see it.
Sounds amazing. Let's check it out.
I really believe this is the best of West Coast living. Being on the ocean, the ship traffic coming and going, the cruise ships, the vistas over through Stanley Park and to the west side of Vancouver. And in the back of the apartment, you're looking out over to the mountains. I mean, it really exemplifies West Coast living to me.
And it all starts in the state-of-the-art kitchen.
You've got an incredible appliance package. You've got cappuccino centers. You've got warming drawers.
Whether you're feeding 4 or 40, this kitchen's got the comfort and space to accommodate. Plus, you'll never run out of wine.
You've got an incredible 400-bottle temperature-controlled wine cellar, all millworked out of cedar, all temperature-controlled for those nights when you're going to have your guests over for a beautiful dinner. You pull out a great bottle of wine.
The entertaining doesn't end here. Why line up for tickets and popcorn when you can cozy up in your very own theater room? This cinephile's dream includes a 60-inch flat-screen TV, surround sound home theater system, and comfortable yet stylish seating for 10.
I mean, you bring guests up here and you're going to knock their socks off.
There's nothing on TV. You can always grab your favorite book in your very own library.
Absolutely. You've got floor-to-ceiling bookcases here, all millworked in the same hardwood as the balance of the home. Great space to just do some computer work, or as you said, grab a good book.
Upstairs is a master bedroom that can hardly be described as a room. With 18-foot ceilings, fireplace, and spacious lounge area, this place is a penthouse suite in itself.
A little place to get away if there's people downstairs, a little private spot.
But perhaps the most defining feature of this luxury condo?
Come on outside, Tim, and check out this view.
Wow, this is unbelievable.
The glorious 1,200 square foot deck, where you can enjoy an unparalleled view of Burrard Inlet. It's quite possibly the best vantage point in the city.
In the afternoon, you'll see cruise ships right in front of your suite. You're looking all the way out to Point Grey and to UBC.
And you have a fabulous view of the Lions Gate Bridge right over there.
Absolutely. At night, it's shining like a star right in the distance.
So, we have intricate design features, modern amenities, and a world-class view. I'm your host, Tim Chung, and join me next time as I explore luxury living at its best here on the West Coast.
The price tag? $6.3 million. Wow. So much fun to see inside other people's homes, which is part of the draw of the Kids Help Phone Homes for the Holidays tour. It's happening this weekend, featuring gorgeous West Side homes like this one. And we're going to show you more of the decor coming up. But right now, it's a little taste of Costa Rica with Escapes.ca Destinations.
Escapes.ca Destinations is sponsored in part by Transat Holidays.
Want to go on an adventure? Let me take you there. I'll give you an insider's look on where to eat, play, and stay from the expats and the experts. All this without ever leaving our own backyard. Your best tour guide is within reach. I'm Mansour, and this is Escapes.ca Destinations.
Today we're exploring the tropical, lush country of Costa Rica. If you're ever thinking of one day visiting before jetting off, I'm on a mission to give you a taste of the country, literally.
Costa Rica, which means rich coast, is located between 8 and 12 degrees north of the equator, making for a climate that is tropical year-round. So it's no wonder that Costa Rica has perfect conditions for coffee production, a staple aspect of their history and economy for 200 years. To learn more about Costa Rica's famous coffee, I ventured to 49th Parallel Coffee Roasters to get a lesson from their coffee educator and 2009 Canadian Barista Champion, Kyle Straw.
The climate in Costa Rica is great for growing coffee. Not only do we have really regular growing seasons, so the weather patterns tend to be the same year after year, but we get a nice hot country with fairly high elevation, which means that coffee will grow at higher elevations, which is what we want for specialty coffee.
49th Parallel has been featuring Costa Rican coffee pretty much since it opened. What was the decisions behind that?
Year after year, we get really, really great coffees coming out of Costa Rica, and so I think you're almost always going to find them on our menu. The other really great thing about Costa Rican coffee is that it tends to be processed exceptionally well.
That processing has been entirely done in Costa Rica for the past 12 years, putting quality control back in the hands of the farmers. 49th Parallel makes sure to feature these types of sustainable farming practices in the coffee they carry, which I finally got a chance to taste.
Today I'm going to make a little bit of coffee from a farm called Santa Lucia.
Awesome.
So first thing we want to do is just measure out the coffee. 25 grams for a 16-ounce cup. I'm going to grind it fairly fine.
What about Costa Rican coffee, the taste, makes it so good, would you say?
Balance, sweetness. This one in particular I really like. It's pretty fruity.
What are the two most popular regions that you guys get your coffee from in Costa Rica?
Probably going to be the West Valley and Tarrazú. Both of these regions are fairly close to the major city of San Jose. In terms of the West Valley, there's in particular one farm that we've been working with for a while called Helsar. They create wonderful, wonderful coffee.
Although we can all pretty much make coffee at home, 49th Parallel allows Costa Rican coffee to be uniquely savored by brewing it in a more unconventional way.
You have to tell me what this is. This is not your traditional brewing machine.
No, it's not. It's called a brute. Basically what it is, it's immersion brewing, which is pretty much the same way that you would brew tea. I'm going to add my coffee.
Now what's the time here for this?
I'm going to let it brew for about a minute. Nice thing about this is that it allows us to showcase individual coffees a lot easier. Coffee culture in the last 10 years in North America, in Canada, and the world has changed. In many ways, the average consumer now is looking for a higher quality product than they were 10 years ago. And I think this bodes really, really well for countries like Costa Rica that tend to produce really high quality coffee. So our timer's up. Now we watch it work. The last thing that I like to do is just give it a stir, because sometimes you get more concentrated coffee on the bottom because it came out first.
I can smell the aroma from here. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Costa Rican coffee. Thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome.
Now for your travel tip of the week.
When visiting Costa Rica, be sure to double-check your valid Canadian passport, as passports must be valid for at least 6 months upon your return from destination.
Escapes.ca Destinations was sponsored in part by Transat Holidays.
Want to get a taste of that Costa Rican brew straight from the source? Well, they say the best time to visit Costa Rica is in their dry season. That's December through April. You're watching The Express, and we have more from the Kids Help Phone Homes for the Holiday Tour, plus these stories coming up.
Oftentimes, gluten-free things are sort of dry.
Good for you, good for the earth. Finds a gluten-free cracker that actually tastes good.
This is like, it's crispy, so it's nice.
You're in with the grease, you're in with all the tools.
Road Trip gets to the nuts and bolts of the 2141 steam engine. The Express, we are your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
Hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by The Lounge Hair Studio, loungehairstudio.com.
Welcome back to The Express, where it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. This is a tradition in Vancouver, the Kids Help Phone Homes for the Holiday fundraiser, and it's happening this weekend. We'll tell you how to get tickets a little bit later and show you more of this awesome holiday decor. But what about some healthy eating options? Today, Good for You, Good for the Earth takes us to Burnaby, where our favorite dietitian has found a cracker that's free of almost everything except for taste.
FarmFolkCityFolk.ca, Good for You, Good for our Earth, is brought to you by Farm Folk City Folk.
Hi, I'm Lori, and I'm here to share with you my passion for nutritious food and sustainable living. We'll see if these foods meet my dietitian's stamp of approval, and why these foods are not only good for you, but also good for our Earth. Today we're heading to FX Foods, located in beautiful Burnaby, BC, to meet the maker of Martin's Marvelous Naturals and check out their brand new line of gluten-free, nut-free, and GMO-free foods. You may have noticed the increasing amount of gluten-free foods appearing on restaurant menus and grocery store shelves. Gluten-free simply means that foods do not contain protein found in such grains as barley, wheat, rye, and sometimes unpure oats. So why all the hype? Well, people with gluten intolerances or an allergy to gluten, such as those with celiac disease, experience disturbing amounts of stomach pain, diarrhea, weight loss, and anemia if they consume gluten-containing products. Unfortunately, many people go undiagnosed or don't even realize they have a gluten sensitivity, and therefore they can't seem to figure out what is making them feel so lousy. But have no fear. Gluten-free foods are here.
The first ingredient in this particular product is buttermilk, and the buttermilk is local. It comes from Port Coquitlam, so not very far. When you have a gluten-free product, you no longer have the wheat gluten to help bind things. So it took about a year of research and development for us to perfect this without using any artificial ingredients. And one of the reasons why we were able to do that was we actually use buttermilk. It helps basically hold everything together, and still we have real food.
A lot of the gluten-free products that are out there actually aren't nutritious. They're made with a lot of white rice flour. This being made with the whole oats is actually quite high in fiber.
These oats come from dedicated farms where there is no contamination with wheat or barley or rye or triticale.
Kelpna explained to us her reason for using ingredients that have not been genetically modified, also known as GMO-free.
I think in some cases it sounds very appealing, but I don't think we know enough about the impact of GMO foods.
In the spirit of catering to those with allergies, all of Martin's Marvelous products are also nut-free.
So we wanted to have a nut substitute. All our products contain either sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds or both.
Now, why hemp? That's an interesting choice as well. You don't see hemp in a lot of foods.
Well, we wanted to add in a good omega-3 source.
Not only is hemp good for you, it's also good for our Earth, as hemp grown for food or organic clothing is very disease resistant, and it can be farmed with little or no herbicides or pesticides. Health and our environment considered, what we really want to know is, does it taste good? I have an intern with me today that actually happens to be gluten intolerant, but she complains that a lot of the gluten-free products don't taste good. So do you mind if we have her come to our taste panel today?
Not a problem.
Well, I'd like
to see.
Come on in here. This is the
rosemary lavender.
Oftentimes gluten-free things are sort of dry, but this is like, it's crispy, so it's nice. I really like it, yeah.
And then this is the pumpkin seed cranberry.
That's nice.
Our goal was, let's make a really nice cracker that you can use at your party. You don't have to worry about people with nut allergies. You don't have to worry about people with celiacs or gluten intolerance. Everyone can eat this.
Okay, for now we'll just be heading out here. For Shaw TV, I'm Lori, and this has been Good for You and Good for our Earth.
FarmFolkCityFolk.ca, Good for You, Good for our Earth, has been brought to you by Farm Folk City Folk.
The website is martinsmarvelous.com, and they're also famous for their granola. Any idea what Kamloops is famous for? One of the things is the Heritage Railway and the 2141 steam train. And today we're taking a road trip into the shop where the engine is fixed.
Travel along with us as we explore the many marvelous attractions and activities of beautiful British Columbia on the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip.
Yeah, it was vandalized while it was in the park, and the boiler tubes were full of pine cones from the squirrels. They made their home in there.
It took them 8 years to do it, but a dedicated group of Kamloops volunteers were able to bring the 2141 steam locomotive back to life. It sat idle in Riverside Park for over 30 years, but by 2002, the 2141 was running again, and they've been running tours ever since. They take some time off in the winter, but not much, as those same volunteers spend their time keeping the engine in top shape. During the off-season, you can come down and get a tour of their back shop and get a close-up look at the only operating steam engine of its kind.
When you do the off-season back shop tours, it's actually the volunteers that are there to greet you, and they can give you the wow experience in a whole new setting. You're in with the grease, you're in with all the tools, every little part of the engine, you can climb up in it, they can explain what they're doing on it when they're repairing things. You really get a close-up view of what the engine's really all about, and it is magnificent. It's massive. And then to climb up inside the cab and see all the dials and all the pressure valves and all the intricate things, most people don't get that experience. And it is very, very exciting.
In addition to the shop and the engine, you can explore some of the rolling stock outside. Our guide for the day was Art Stiles, who's been with the project since day one.
So these are your regular cars,
Yeah.
your closed cars, and your open-air cars.
This one here was built in 1954. The Cafe Lounge was also built in 1954.
Coincidentally, Art has a great personal story to tell about this exact cafe car.
Back in 1968, I rode this Cafe Lounge car from Winnipeg, Manitoba to Thompson, Manitoba. At the far end of the car was the bar side. I went in there for a drink, met some guys there, they're playing cards, I got involved with them. And by the time we got into Thompson, Manitoba, I never had a nickel left in my pocket. That is a true story.
The experience of seeing these impressive machines up close, combined with the great stories told by the volunteers, makes the Kamloops Heritage Railway a must-see. They're open for tours 3 times a week, but you'll likely want to call ahead. They're easy to find just off downtown Kamloops and just as easily located online at camrail.com. For the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip, I'm Kirk Fraser in Kamloops.
Entertaining and informative, the Quality Assured Collision Road Trip. Weekends on Shaw TV. Always something new and exciting.
The website is camrail.com, and you can go there to get information about the special Christmas train ride. You're watching The Express, and you've got some seasonal ideas a little closer to home.
The Festival of Lights at Van Dusen Botanical Garden. One of the features, a show with thousands of lights programmed to dance to seasonal music. As the dark yin of winter gives way to the light yang of spring, artist-made candlelit lanterns light the night at the Winter Solstice Lantern Festival in the Dr. Sun Yat-sen Classical Chinese Garden. Langley City's 8th annual Magic of Christmas Parade takes place Saturday, December 3rd at 6 p.m. This family event forms at 203rd Street, and then the route travels along the one-way section of Fraser Highway.
And as we've been teasing you with all show, the Kids Help Phone Homes for the Holiday Tour. It's this weekend, November 26th and 27th. 5 homes, including this one. You can get your tickets online at homesfortheholidays.ca. We're going to leave you with more of this beautiful decor. Thanks for watching The Express, only on Shaw TV.